And it's me, the Medspeds. I have to add this little thing before I get into the meat of my video to clarify something. In the title of the video, you will see the letters OOC, and that means that this is a video out of character. Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't mean to break your heart. But this is going to be me actually speaking as myself and not me playing the satirical third wave feminist SJW version of, my videos. I don't want you to think that this is what this channel is going to devolve into. It's just what I'm going to do sometimes because, sometimes I like to truly respond to things. So, yeah, with that being said, roll the slightly different title. You don't really know a lot about me. You don't know what my real political beliefs are. You know what I like to mock, but who knows? Am I a anti-authoritarian leftist? Am I a libertarian? Am I an alt-right alpha male? Who knows? But one thing you will know after today is that I think Paul Joseph Watson, though he's right about certain things, is a total fucking moron when it comes to depression. Of course, the whole video isn't complete garbage. He says a few things I agree with. But him and his little boxer guy guest that made a shitty tweet that got him some infamy, seem to think that depression is entirely situational and there's no science behind it, which is 100% not fucking true. And you do a basic Google search on what depression is, you'll find that there's actual science behind it. I mean, it's not 100%. I know there's still some research going on in the community, and I'll be the first to admit that SSRIs are not 100% successful. I think the success rate's 40%, and that's pretty shitty. But there is science behind it, and I'll just give you a very simple definition of what depression is in terms of what's going on in the brain. Just know that there are neurotransmitters in the brain. Non-epinephrine, probably butchered the way to pronounce that because I just can't do it. But serotonin and sometimes dopamine as well. These are chemicals that regulate appetite, sleep, and mood. Yeah, the fact that drugs alter our mood should be some sort of argument for the mood that we experience. Our personalities are a combination of nature and nurture, and it's not all about attitude and environment. This isn't even brought up at all in this 20-something minute fucking video. At least they could have put a little bit of Alex Jones, oh, this scientist was paid off by George Soros or whatever. They could have did that, but they didn't even go there. They just completely ignored that the entire fucking video. Watch it for yourself. Serotonin, dopamine, those words aren't mentioned once. No, instead it's all about politics. It's all about entitled millennials.
Word, entitlement. No one's entitled to be happy, okay? You earn happiness through hard work and good choices. Your mood can't be independent of the way you live your life. The two not only complement each other, they're completely dependent on each other. Again, it's this whiny millennial entitled society that just thinks that they can go through life being rewarded without having to put hard work, effort in.
And let me explain something to you. Being an anti-SJW, I totally agree that SJWs, a lot of millennials, even though I am one myself, will take advantage of mental illness and romanticize it for their own benefit. I'm not denying that for 5 seconds, but to take the entire study of physiology and psychology and just toss it out because a few fucking crazy millennials are whining on the internet that they're too, tired to get out of bed and go work at McDonald's and you should donate them money on PayPal. What? How can you call yourself a fucking intellectual if you're not even, there's more nuance to it than that. It's not all or nothing. Really? You're just gonna completely dismiss it. That's absurd. That's fucking stupid. This dude has millions of subscribers. Millions. I mean, he is on InfoWars, so with,
These people are scum who are intimidated by us because they know we're better than them.
But this is really really just a way for this boxer guy to humble brag about him accomplishing shit, if you ask me. Because he seems to think that depression symptoms manifest because you're unhappy with your life choices. And then he brings up Robin Williams and brings up his wonderful advice saying this.
And my understanding is as follows. If he would have walked into that psychiatrist's office and said, I'm depressed, and the psychiatrist said, my friend, you're a millionaire, you're famous, you don't even have to grow old gracefully, you can have 19-year-old girlfriends for the rest of your life. The people in here have real problems. Stop embarrassing yourself. Get out of here. To this day, he'd still be alive.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure Robin Williams never heard that. Never. And if you really do some more research, I think there is a little bit more behind his suicide. Like, he had some other physical things wrong with him, which may have influenced his decision to actually end his own life. But then again, I'm not, like, an expert, so just, research those things for your fucking self. But let's talk about the fact that not only does he not bring up any science, and he wants to turn depression into a political issue, which push that aside. And let's focus on the fact that this person can't even truly define depression. Mainly the guest, not so much Paul. He's just kind of like, you're right the whole time. But this guest guy, I really don't know his name. Maybe I should have prepared before. Oh well, fuck it. Boxer Boy, that's his name. Boxer Boy. Boxer Boy cannot even properly list any symptoms of depression. He just brings up people who feel sorry for themselves and they can't get out of bed.
I do not believe depression is the monster people are saying it is. I believe it's a situational phenomenon. If you're in a situation you're unhappy with, if you're in depressing surroundings, you're going to feel depressed.
But there are more symptoms to it than that. How do you explain the lack of appetite? How do you explain the physical pains that come along with depression? Because there's muscle fatigue and there's all sorts of things. Indigestion, weight loss, weight gain, because it manifests in different ways. Some people overeat when they're depressed. Some people undereat. Some people have hypersomnia, meaning they sleep too much. Some people have insomnia, meaning they don't sleep at all or sleep very little. I'll use myself as an example, my anecdotal experience. When I go through a major depressive episode, I don't feel bad about myself at all. I don't get sad. I don't think I'm ugly or stupid or pointless and nobody loves me. My brain just literally shifts. I'll have a panic attack and I just never go back to normal. Well, eventually, but it takes several months. My vision is distorted. I have tunnel vision. I can't process color right. My eyes shake when I go outside. It has trouble adjusting to light. I completely lose my appetite. That's one added benefit, is I do lose some weight, and that's nice. Then I call it the depression diet. It's good. That's great. There's a fucking bright side to everything, I guess. And I just can't process joy. My brain is unable to feel those emotions. I can feel pain, emotional and physical. I can feel despair. I can feel anxiety, but I can't feel happiness. You know that feeling like when you're really hungry and then the pizza guy rings the doorbell and you're like, that emotional thing, I don't feel that. Nothing matters. I just kind of walk around in this weird gray bubble of what's even going on. It even feels like everyone around me is moving in a faster rate. And then I'm also sleep deprived because I'm the insomnia type of depressed. But like I said, I don't suffer from any self-esteem problems. Matter of fact, I really don't care about my interpersonal relationships when I'm depressed at all. I don't sit there and wonder if my husband doesn't love me anymore or think my friends don't care about me. I don't give a shit. That is the least of my problems. I'm sitting here why can't I process the world correctly? Turn this off. This sucks. And it's never situational. Absolutely never. I've had several depressive episodes and they happen when things aren't even that bad in my life. I've had some shitty things happen to me. I'm a pretty privileged person. Privileged, LOL, LOL. But I've had a few bad things. I've gotten fired from a job. I've been cheated on by a significant other. My parents got divorced. We moved around a lot when we had money troubles, me and my mother. I've had things happen to me, and I could differentiate the feelings of being sad because of a situation and being sad because of actual depression. They're not the same fucking thing. And if you would take 5 minutes and do some research and actually read about it and at least attempt to retort the science of it instead of making it a political thing, then maybe this video wouldn't be so fucking reprehensible. But like I said, I really do think it's an excuse for this guy to just brag about how he accomplished a bunch of shit and to complain about the entitlement of millennials when suicide rates are rising amongst people of all ages. I mean, look at Chris Cornell and Chester Bennington. They're not millennials, and they weren't in shitty situations either. They had pretty fucking awesome lives. But guess what? Depression doesn't care about how much money you have. Depression doesn't care. Depression is a fucking illness. Just like rich people get cancer, rich people can get depression. And thinking yourself out of it is not going to cure it. I'm going to reiterate the fact that I am not 100% confident in SSRIs. However, it's not something that you just willpower away. That's not how it works. Everyone has something different. And guess what? Unfortunately, some people don't have something available to them that helps them. And they're the ones that usually end up killing themselves. I think if we stop focusing so much on the stigma and we perhaps look into more scientific ways, better medications, something other than an SSRI. I'm just a layman. I mean, I took some psychology classes in college, but this is just my fucking layman's opinion. But at least I'm admitting that. I'm not sitting here saying that, oh, well, this is the problem. I'm saying that maybe we should go in this direction, and I'm sure a lot of people in the scientific community agree with me. However, I doubt there's a lot of people in the scientific community besides that one person that they cited that thinks it's all just situational and it's all fucking attitude and politics. I mean, we have brain scans that literally contradict that, so we should probably keep that in mind. And it's funny because he also mentions that going outside and doing something will make you feel better. But, you know, there's also scientific backing with that as well. Going outside and doing something does what? You release endorphins, which is proven to help ease depression. There are also other studies that say vitamin D, you know, the big thing in the sky that keeps all life alive, that sun. Yeah, that also helps with depression as well. Also, it's lovely how they have to throw in there that, you know, veterans who fought in the war, we're not talking about you guys. God bless America. We're good Republicans. Yeah. They're fine. Their trauma, their PTSD, all that yeah, that's fine. We're not talking about you. We're only talking about millennials. We're talking about the 19-year-olds who are looking for excuses. Yeah, those people are aggravating, but if you would look up the statistics of depression, they're not the fucking majority that even experience it. The suicide rate for people in their 40s is increasing as well. And these are not millennials. This is something that transcends politics and generations. And maybe the reason why depression and suicide are increasing is because more research is being done looking at it, more people exist due to the raise of the population, and people are more inactive than before. That's a definite possibility. Back in the 1950s, the good old days, Jimmy and Sarah went outside and played, and they got their vitamin D, and they had their endorphins. Now Jimmy and Sarah are playing on an iPad. So how about you at least bring that up? Inactivity, change in lifestyle, poor diet. No, don't even go there. It's all J.K. Rowling's and liberals. That's clearly just it. Shut and closed. Solved. Hillary Rodham Clinton personally gave every millennial depression, and it makes them unique. Like I said, you know, he's not entirely wrong. I definitely think SJWs will use their depression to their advantage to say, oh, whoa, look at me. But that doesn't account for fucking everyone. Quit throwing everyone under the bus. Okay, I'm gonna stop here. I did what I was supposed to do. Okay, so now you saw me. How do you feel? Do you fucking hate me? Unsubscribe, I guess. If you like this, cool. Did I say something that you don't agree with and you just want to see me pretend to be a dumbass feminist in the future? Okay, that's fine. I'll still do that. I just, you know, I want to do more. I don't want that, like, I don't want this to be the only thing I do on my channel. I want to do more skits, but somebody needs to write a personal letter to your Captain Hildago and Dr. Robin Penis and tell them to stop having other things going on in their lives and they need to come, like, do more videos with me because it's harder to do skits by my fucking self. But yeah, if you're not subscribed to me, I recommend you do that and stay tuned to more shit in the future.